You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies, this is AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's Bad Girls Club After Show.
Do you know this?
No!
Kendrick Lamar? No. Come on, Steph. Come on.
Please.
What up, y'all? It's Ladies' Night here at AfterBuzz.
Oh, it's Ladies' Night.
Bad Girls All-Star finale.
I'm sorry, I don't know the song.
It's okay. Tonight, later on, we'll have a jam session. We'll
I
figure it out.
am not the baddest bitch.
Oh, I've
Plain
heard some
and simple.
stories, Steph. I know you are the baddest bitch.
Only AfterBuzz fans that have been watching this for a while know the old stories, but I refuse to tell them anymore. So, and especially Jesse's not here, not gonna happen.
Oh, goodness. All right, guys, welcome. I'm Chevonne Hughes, sitting in for Jesse Janity, who's off doing some fabulous things right now. In studio, I have Stephanie Bauer with me.
Yeah, hey, Chevonne.
Hey, good to see you.
You too. Bang is for doing, and we're here doing another
Yes.
after show for AfterBuzz TV. And I gotta say, Jesse's groupies are gonna be really
Upset.
We're gonna get I don't want to say hate comments, but we're gonna get a lot of unhappy people because his groupies
That's
tune
very
in
true.
and love him. So we're really, really sorry.
Yeah.
And this I'm really sad. I was telling the producers, this is my first AfterBuzz show ever without Jesse. Ever in
me
2
too,
years.
actually.
In 2 years, I've never hosted a show
Kind of
without him.
crazy. Well, you know what? Don't give us the hate comments. Send it directly to at
Jesse.
DJ Jesse Janity. No,
DJ Jesse J.
DJ Jesse J. Tweet him right now.
Aw, he wants to be here. He's probably listening. He's covering an event, so good for him. We miss him. And we know you guys will too, but don't worry, there's 2 reunion shows coming up. And so this is
Looks
the finale.
dramatic, too.
Yeah, this is the finale. Super exciting. The episode started with like a little reminder of what every girl is, as if we needed it. They start with Flo. So she was the physical powerhouse.
Physical powerhouse. So it's right after the elimination. And things are a little heated, right?
Yeah, and so things are heated because Jen tricked Flo, or Flo tricked Jen. I'm so confused at this point.
Yeah, who knows? So Flo thinks that she had been. I don't think she thinks that. I think that's what she wants Natalie to think, because she still wants to be able to save face. She thinks that Jen might have tricked her or something into getting rid of Natalie, which nobody really believes.
Flo deserves an Oscar at this point.
Boy, does she.
She really does. I mean, I knew that Natalie didn't buy it. You could tell by the look on her face. She's like, I don't believe it for a second. But Flo genuinely thought that she could make Natalie think that she was tricked into it. And I mean, it kind of worked like a charm.
Did it?
Well, I mean, I think so, because she got what she wanted, and Jen got what she wanted.
Yeah, it was
whole-
Flo playing Jen rather than Jen playing Flo.
And then now this episode we see Jen, I don't know if playing's the right word, but where she begged for forgiveness. At the very end, she's like, I'm the baddest bitch because I begged for forgiveness and I played Flo and got it. Please. But that's where we left off, was with the elimination.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just talk about the final 4, because this is a huge episode. It's the
Very
season
big.
finale. I mean, so it's the 4 of them. Are you shocked by the 4 that were left?
I'm shocked that, no offense to the twins, I'm shocked they're still there. I think they had the possum defense of just laying there and hoping that nobody picked them off. And it worked. So congrats to them on that. And
the possum effect.
Yes, it got them more screen time, and I think screen time is so much more valuable. then, you know, well, not exactly more than $100,000, but, you know.
Yeah, well, it's
stay a little
valuable
longer.
to them. It's boring to us. Okay. Yeah, we had our own conversation about
Yes.
the twins, which, girls, we love you. I'm a twin, so I get it. I am not shocked whatsoever they are in the final season or in the final episode, because here's why. Of course they were going to be. They were 2 from the beginning. Why everyone didn't vote one of them out is like a complete shock to me. These girls aren't playing this challenge like you would see the real world being played.
Well, I think in the beginning when they had their alliance, it was kind of like a ploy to put up Danny, I believe, because whoever was up against Danny was going home because they had such a strong, the Boston girls had a strong alliance.
And the Boston girls, that's a good alliance, but why would you really want all those people in the end? Because one of them is still going home with the money, and it's not going to be you.
Exactly.
Like, why? I never understood that. To
I don't know.
this episode, I don't understand why any of the other girls wanted these 2 in the final. Or even close to the final.
It's
I
because
would've knocked
they weren't
that
like a
out.
real threat.
Okay, that's the other thing.
Maybe.
Yeah, now that we're just talking about their characteristics, they're not a threat. They're not super physical. They're both scared of water, which proved a couple times to be dangerous.
God, who was it? Gabby. She couldn't swim. She had asthma and she couldn't swim.
Yeah, Gabby had asthma and couldn't swim.
In this first challenge.
And then Danny also said, I'm a little bit nervous about the water. So, like, that's the first thing.
Right.
They both kind of just, like, you know, like, they don't seem super amped up like Flo is for the challenges. But I guess that's a good thing if you're competing against them, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You would want to keep them to the end?
But I gotta say, yes, very true. But they did surprise me on how well they got through that obstacle course, which was like something out of like ABC's Wipeout. I don't
Which
know
one?
what they were doing.
The Final Four one.
The first competition
Yeah.
where they that was kind of crazy.
Girl, I'll get to that. And we already know, because it hit us both like a ton of bricks, of why they all did so well in that competition, and we'll share that with you guys in a second. But so yeah, the twins, I'm not surprised they made it. You are surprised. Yeah, you're surprised.
Yeah,
the
I'm
twins
surprised.
made-
Yeah.
So what about Jen?
Jen, not so much.
Here's the thing about Jen.
I'm not surprised.
I gotta admit, I didn't watch her season, so I don't know a lot about her. But as soon as I saw her on the show, I was like, oh, she's like a pretty normal chick. She's like nice looking. She's not super fighting with everyone. To me, she doesn't come across as a bad girl. Maybe that's just my ignorance setting in. But is she really that much of a bad girl? Does she deserve to be
I feel like she
here?
is, because the baddest girl isn't always the loudest girl, you know?
But is she conniving like Julie?
No, but that doesn't always make you a bad girl. Not really. And there are
What?
different varying degrees of being a bad girl, wouldn't you say?
Okay, why is Jen a bad girl?
Jen is a bad girl because she sits there and she calculates it all. She doesn't need to like be obvious about it. She doesn't need to tell anyone else her plan. Like, I don't even think with her friend Paula, like, she really, like, you know, got into the nitty gritty of what she wanted. She had plans on doing. And she kept it cool. She kept her cool. Like, obviously, every girl has her breaking point, but she didn't really have any beef with anybody until towards the end. Nobody really wanted to eliminate her. She was kind of just like, almost kind of like the possum defense a little bit. But I don't know. Like, I just think that, and she's just also freaking beautiful.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous, and I love her style, and I love her, but I don't see bad girl.
Bad girl? Not at all. You see Julie as a bad girl.
Oh, Julie was like queen epitome.
Queen, yeah.
I wish Julie lasted longer. She was so disappointing on this show. I mean, we could talk a little bit about the girls that didn't make it. I'm super, because it is the season finale. This is it, you guys. I'm super upset that Julie didn't make it farther. I expected so much from her. She's hilarious. We follow her on Twitter.
She's great, yeah.
She's like evil. She ran her season like it was a challenge.
She was like an evil mastermind. I use that word a lot during that season when I was talking about her.
Yeah.
Evil mastermind. But who I'm disappointed is not there is Rocky, because I think she could have dominated.
You've said that so many times.
You don't see
and
it?
Again, well, I gotta say, I didn't see her season either. I've seen like the seasons that I do the shows on, and I like get so into them, and then the other people, you know, you don't feel that emotional connection to them. So Rocky, I didn't know, but you keep saying that. I really feel like it was untimely, the death in her family, and
because she could have won that. I really do honestly believe that if she had stayed, she would have won.
Girl, her name's Rocky. Of course, right?
And like I saw a little clip of how she looked in the reunion.
Sunglasses?
Yeah, it looked like she's been hanging out in Hollywood like a little bit too long, but it's cute. All right.
Maybe here, Chevonne, maybe just for you, we'll see like Rocky show all in the reunion.
Well, we have plans to go to Melrose, so like let's hope we see her walking down Melrose on the other side.
So does she live here? Does she really live here?
I think she might be staying out here because her look was very Hollywood, like
all the girls want
Melrose, you know, that kind of look.
Yeah. Okay, so the other Flo, of course. To me, Flo's the epitome of a bad girl, and maybe it's just because she spouts off the mouth and she acts a little crazy, well, very crazy, but because she's just loud and she fights and she throws things and she slams things. So I definitely think Flo deserved to be here.
Yes, agreed. 10 times agreed.
But do you think Flo deserves to be here because of her kid?
No, I think Flo agrees to be here because of what she showed us on her season.
Thank you.
Which was with a broken ankle, dragging this chick who pushed her into the pool, causing her to break her ankle across the pool floor. That to me, that's a badass bitch. Yeah. And she deserved to be there.
I completely agree, and I'm glad you agree with me about the kid thing because she kept bringing that up. But because you have a kid at home doesn't mean you deserve to be on the Bad Girls Challenge.
It was a little bit of the sympathy card, and Jen did it too. Like,
we'll talk about that when it gets to like the two of them because I think they both did the same. So there's the 4 people. So we're down to the final 4. Flo and Jen come face to face. Right after the reunion, so you guys did the the elimination show.
Oh yeah,
and they had this huge blow up, right, on the stage. So the first scene of this episode is them all of a sudden in like a bedroom, and the first scene of this show is them like in a bedroom, and they start talking to each other cordially, normally, and then all of a sudden, Jen puts her hand in Flo's face. And Flo like freaks out.
Never do the hand.
Never do the hand ever. It's like the worst thing you could do.
It is. Very much so. It's basically the same thing as just flipping someone off almost.
Yeah.
Well, you would think so the way they react with the hand.
I know. I guess I don't know if it's ever really happened to me in my life. I don't know if I'd freak out that much over a hand.
It's dismissive. That's why it's up front. Yeah.
Nothing pisses a bad girl off like the hands.
Yes.
And then we see in Flo's confessional, she's like, she calls it a crazy house. So do you think it's a crazy house because Flo's crazy, or the girls are literally making her crazy?
I think Flo's crazy.
I'm like bombarding you with questions.
It's okay.
Like, what do you feel?
I mean, there's a little bit of mental imbalance going on there. I think Jen said it right when she was like, I think it's completely obvious that if Flo isn't on medication, someone needs to go get her some.
Yeah. We gotta be careful because Flo's gonna call in.
Well, I want her to. Like, and I told her I was gonna be nice.
No, well, see, the thing is we love Flo, and you should have heard us during the show when we were just watching it together. We're raving about how gorgeous she is. She's
her hair.
Well, her hair, like, she's gorgeous.
Seriously, if you're not gonna call in, at least tweet me at Chevonne_Hughes. Let me know what you do with your hair because it's just so silky and shiny and full, and the body. Oh my goodness.
She's got body like I don't even know. I want that in my hair. But yeah, I mean, she said in her confessional, she's like, these girls are just like making me crazy. So whether it's the girls, I mean, they all say that though.
Right.
Hello, if you were living in a house with those girls,
I probably would have gotten kicked out by then. By the end,
Judy alone would have made me like have a heart attack.
Oh
not
goodness.
Julie, Judy.
Judy. I got that booty for you.
Yeah. So then we hear that Flo says she goes to the hospital because she's hurting so bad.
So bad.
And she has a minor sprain on her elbow and a minor sprain on her ankle.
Yeah,
keyword
shoulder and her ankle. Yeah.
Keyword being minor.
Minor. Yeah.
She's like, I hope I can compete. I'm scared I can compete.
If she actually went to a doctor and it was severe enough where she was limping in like that, the doctor would have been like, I'm pulling you from the show. Like, my advice is for you to pull out of the show. And she would have said that on camera just to get a little more sympathy. She'd be like, well, the doctor said I can't really perform,
Of course.
So therefore, nothing bad was really going on.
Yeah. Hello, Erica?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Erica, is that you? Erica even had like the EMT or whatever come in and at least give us something, right?
A little doctor's note?
Yeah, totally doctor's note. I don't know. Flo's ankle, I mean, clearly we could see at the episode last week that she was fine once it came down and not, having to do something like beat a bitch up. She's fine.
Right.
And then we see the twins prepping for battle. Jen said, I made it quite clear, don't F with me. So, like, they're all getting ready for the first battle. So they're all, like, putting on their camouflage and, like, getting all ready. So Jen says, I made it very clear, don't F with me. And she's referring to the elimination where she got in the fight with Jen. Or with Flo.
Flo, yeah.
I didn't get the signal that she was like, don't F with me. I mean,
I think it was just because she, I don't know, went after. I don't really know. Like, everybody is going to think they're the baddest bitch, whatever. No matter what anyone says to them, no matter what they do, they're going to think they're the baddest bitch. But I don't think she made, like, a super big impression because she did what she normally does. Like, it's just kind of like she sits back and waits. And we have our own theories about why she was sitting back and waiting, don't we?
And we agreed on it, right?
Yes, we did. And I think you guys out there kind of know why she probably wasn't getting as active at the beginning of that elimination fight.
Yeah.
She just couldn't say it. She just couldn't say it.
You just say it in case people weren't watching last week.
Yes, she is pregnant, y'all.
She is super pregnant, and the camera angle showed it at the elimination last week. Like, Chevonne paused it, like, showed me. She's like, see,
I had a, like, laser
stomach.
pencil, and I was just like, here we go here.
She, like, stands up in front of Flo and, like, everybody, I mean, my stomach looks like that after lunch, you know, or anytime. But now that we know that she is pregnant, like, she was clearly pregnant at this moment, and she got up and was acting like she was going to fight Flo, but she did the typical, every girl does it, every guy does it. They don't do anything until the security's in front of them. Flo's a mile away, and she's like, that's it, I'm coming. And security pulls her back. It's like, you weren't going to do anything.
Well, my thing is, like, she's obviously in her second trimester.
Is it that far? I mean, at this point?
I mean, you know what? I used to think that when someone was in their first trimester, that's what it would look like. But the first time, you don't really know that early on. You can't really see it that early on. So she obviously knew.
Yeah, okay, she knew, yeah.
Yeah, she knew. But it shocks me that she, went into the competition because it's that young, it's just so dangerous.
You're totally right, and I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, it's just like, because you had to have known. Like, for like 3 months, you don't have your monthly visitor, 3 or 4 months, you don't know.
I know, but was she ever drinking in any of those bar shots out? Okay, so she was never drinking. She never.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
She never fought, and it seemed to us that she wasn't fighting because she was pregnant. But, I mean, why not? She wasn't even showing. Like, I would do a challenge like that, I suppose. I wouldn't fight and I wouldn't drink, but I would do the challenge, I guess. It's the same as a pregnant girl working out, right?
Yeah, I guess so. And she is very physically fit, so maybe.
Because she's a stripper. Everyone wants to point that out.
Listen, strippers go to work on that pole. The endurance, like, it's crazy.
I couldn't do it.
I've tried it. It's not hard. Not professionally, y'all. Of course not. But like in classes, like I'm just like we'll be doing like trying to like last a whole song, and I'd be like,
last a whole song.
Oh God, I'll make it like 30 seconds in, and I'm like, I've done one spin, and I'm like, I'm done, y'all.
You make it to the chorus.
Yeah, I make it to the chorus.
I mean, all the girls kept throwing it in her face, especially Flo. Like, you're a stripper, you're a stripper. They were all jealous they weren't strippers at that moment, because if they were, they would have the body strength and endurance to do what she did, and they would have an amazing body like her.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're all prepping for battle, and Jen makes that comment. And then she says, I might just beat someone's ass before they reach the finish line. Not when you're pregnant, girl, right?
I mean, you could always try. I mean, when in the heat of the moment, maybe you forget a little bit.
You can always try.
You can always try. I mean, maybe you might forget for a second that you're pregnant, and then just kind of just mollywop. Just take it to the head.
Did you say mollywop?
Mollywop it. Mollywop it.
I love that. I don't know. I guess they're just like all getting amped up for battle, and
as they should be.
And they all want to say things in their confessional so that when they do win, it'll look like they were confident from the beginning. So Jen was doing that. So here we are, the first battle.
The final challenge. Well, not the final challenge. Well, it's
the first part.
Yeah.
Which was kind of a shock to us because going into this episode, we kind of just thought it would be the final challenge, real world style, the 4 of them going at it. But Ray J all of a sudden says that there's going to be one winner and the rest of the 3 will be up for elimination. And it clearly caught the girls off guard too. So at this point, who are you hoping won that competition?
I was hoping Flo, to be honest. I don't know. I know she's not really an underdog, but to me she feels a little bit like an underdog.
Oh yeah, I want to call Flo an underdog. She's cute. Like, I think Flo's so cute.
No, I mean, there's some aspects to her where I'm like, damn, I really feel for you, girl, you know?
Yeah. No, I agree. I totally agree. I wanted Flo to win it because if she wins it, she will do her little winner's dance. She's like the sorest winner. Is that even,
really is.
Is that even a thing?
Yeah, it is. No, there's being a bad winner, and she definitely
is a bad winner.
Definitely did that. Like it would before with like the pouring of the cereal over her head and going like having a flash dance moment. It was much. It was a little extra.
Yeah, extra. So yeah, we both wished Flo would have gotten it. All right. So the producers are still teasing through Ray J that $100,000 cash. Whatever.
Yeah.
We have our own theories on how much money they actually get with any reality competition show. They usually don't get exactly that. But Ray J is dangling it over their heads, and they're all amped up and ready to go. Flo's like, I'm fighting for my daughter, which brings up another point. She keeps saying she's fighting for her daughter, and this whole show is like for her daughter. What about the rest of the time she's on the show? I guess like not even this one, but her season. How come she never brought up her daughter then? Like,
no, she didn't have one then.
Okay, then my question is answered.
Yep, they had a whole special. It was Flo getting married or something like that, and she got married. And then obviously, what happens after marriage? You have a child. So
there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Done. Never mind. So she's not like Rima.
No. Nah. She isn't pulling the Rima with the underwear down her ankles in public on a bar.
Oh my
God.
God. Why was Rima not on this show?
Good question. Maybe she turned him down. She might have turned him down.
There's no way, unless she's with that new guy or the same guy.
Maybe that could be why.
That same guy, and she's probably like, "Oh, I'm just settling down with him." God, she would have been great on this show.
She would have been very entertaining.
Okay.
And T-Way.
Anyway, so they go down the course, and to me, you said the course is like Wipeout.
It was like a broke down version of Wipeout because it wasn't like some of the things weren't even on their own. It was the bad girls who had to swing the obstacle course into their way, and they were doing a piss poor way of doing it. They were awful. They had the worst aim, and we noticed that the twins decided not to on.
Let me flip to what I wrote about that. Yeah, surprise, surprise. The twins stand there like two bumps on a log, you know? I can see their point. I totally can see why they don't want to...
ride in that fence.
Yeah,
want to get involved.
Yeah, I mean, I could totally see why they don't want to push it over for Jen. I get it. But it's like the same thing we saw with that challenge with Natalie, with the putting the balls in the baskets. Like, the girls didn't do it, and it's so annoying. Right. So annoying, girls.
We as viewers want to see that competition. Like, we're like, oh, yeah, they're going to be throwing it at Flo. Oh, yeah, they're going to be throwing it at Jen. But nothing. But I understand. Like you said, I understand as well why they did it. Just wasn't as entertaining for TV.
Here's what would have been entertaining: when Flo goes to throw her ball and they like run in front of it and push her and are like, "No, F you, Flo, we're not gonna let you." That would have been entertaining. Yeah. Instead, it's the camera pan to Danny and Gabby standing there like this.
I think that's why you and I had issues with this season, because what do you expect when you see something called the Bad Girls Club? When you've seen all these past seasons, you want to see fights,
craziness, fights, and especially when money's on the line, they act like complete foolish, like ridiculousness for nothing. But it was their first taste of fame.
It was their strategy too.
It was their first taste of fame on their season to get popularity. But now it's actually $100,000 on the line, and we get nothing.
It's a lot of money.
So yeah, the girls don't do anything. And then like, if Flo for a second looked like she was gonna hit the twins with her ball, if she would have done that, I would have died.
She was like lumberjack beast, man.
She was total lumberjack, but which one was it? Because it wasn't Flo, it was one of the twins. We saw them going through the obstacle course, and so Chevonne says it's like Wipeout course. Yeah. I just thought the course was like not annoying for me as a viewer, but annoying for the girls. Like, it wasn't super hard and it wasn't super strenuous. It was just like kind of annoying. It was like a lot of stepping up and stepping down and like just
and the styrofoam turny thingy. It wasn't even like an issue.
Styrofoam being the key word. This is what we're talking about. Like, literally, we were like, oh, that looks hard. You know, having to bust through those or avoid them. And then Danny or Gabby, one of them, like. It hits her on the shoulder and bounces off. We're like, me and Chevonne are both like, it's styrofoam. What?
But I can say Danny had a really good strategy though with unbuilding the puzzle.
Did it help her though?
Well, she came in
Danny
fourth.
came in.
Oh, that's right. She didn't.
Came in last.
Never. But the idea, it's a good idea. Bad execution.
It's a good
idea.
It's a good idea for someone like Jen, who got her puzzle pieces upside down.
Yeah.
It's a good idea for Jen, and it would have probably helped for her,
Right.
but I don't think it helped Danny at all. I think it just like took extra time for her to like take it
That's
down
true.
and then whatever. Clearly it didn't help. Yeah, so Jen puts one of hers upside down, but she was fast at 3 minutes, and Bad Girls Club did it just like Real World or Survivor, any of the competition shows where they show the first person's time just to like give you a guesstimate, and then they don't show anyone else's. Siobhan's like, they're not showing
I know.
anyone's time.
I'm
Girl,
so confused.
They got to keep you suspensed.
I gotta
or
watch more MTV.
In suspense. Yeah, I'm professional at these challenges. And then, yeah, Gabby is the one that hit the styrofoam, but she had asthma and she can't swim. If I couldn't swim, I'd be terrified.
Well, it couldn't have been that deep, the water.
Well, not only that, I mean, and
not
of
have
course
been that
there's like lifeguards and EMTs and everywhere around, but like, at first I was like, oh, she's fine because of all that. But if you couldn't swim, you'd be scared.
And that being scared would cause anxiety and bring on an asthma attack. And I know this because as a kid, you know, like that's how it happened. Like with asthma, you just be,
You have asthma?
well, as a kid, I mean, like, you know,
Oh.
I know.
I
I have my nerdy moments. You know.
So Gabby did well. Then Danny admits that she was scared of the water too, and she's the one that used a different strategy. Didn't really help her because she came in last. And then after Danny jokes about her weave, and she's like, "Oh, I could have left my weave in," and it's like funny moment, not taking the competition seriously. Camera pan to Flo with her hard hat helmet on. She's like strapped up like a soldier.
Oh,
it was
goodness.
like a funny moment in the show because I was like, clearly Flo's the one taking it seriously here. But it paid off.
That's what I said like last week. Like for her, it's evident that this competition is life or death.
And I love that because if we didn't have Flo, I mean, Jen, she's kind of believable and you buy her story, but you don't like feel it that she needs it. So I guess if we didn't have Flo, as much as we make fun of her for being so dramatic and hardcore, if she wasn't on the show, this would be
Womp. More womp womp.
more
than it is.
womp. So you said Flo's like beast mode, like, and we wouldn't expect anything less from her.
Yes.
She like barrels through, killed it.
Yeah, and she.
And so when she's going across the thing, the twins didn't throw the balls at her either, which
neither
was
of them,
surprising. But they gave an explanation for it, and they said if we pushed her out, she would obviously vote Jen, leaving them pretty much in the same. So
They
it's
were just
like,
sitting on the
whatever.
fence. They were
So,
being neutral, which is very smart.
2 bumps on a log.
Boom. Boom.
Boom. So here's the thing about we get the winners. So Danny's in last. She's genuinely shocked.
Yeah.
She's
I
like-
actually thought that strategy would work. It's really weird that it didn't.
She was so shocked. It was kind of sad. She got 6 minutes, 6 seconds. Gabby got 5:45. And then they announced the winner, which Jen was like bizarrely smiling. What was she smiling about?
I think she was like expecting that she won. Because, I mean, we all kind of were, like, because she was, like, jumping up, like, it was hurdles. Even Flo was impressed, like, in her little confessional. She was saying, she's like, she was just doing it like she was a college track star. And not so much, I guess.
So you think Jen was smiling because she thought she had it in the
I mean,
bag?
it was a little bit of confidence there, but whatever. I mean, she had good reason to have the confidence.
Yeah, she was beaming, like, from ear to ear. And then they announced the winner, and it's Flo. Do you think... I always wonder with any challenge shows like this, we don't have a timer. We're not timing them. We couldn't time them if we wanted to because it's edited. The girls clearly don't have a timer. They could count, but I feel like after a minute or so, if counting even the seconds, you would lose track. So do you think that the producers would ever lie about the times? Because it always seems like first and second place are within seconds of each other.
Yeah, that's a really good point because we've seen... especially with this season, how
Shady.
a little shady the producers have been, and they kind of like that disclaimer that you caught at the end where it says like they kind of are able to like persuade the contestants to pick certain people to be put up and blah blah blah. So I wouldn't put it past them, but how can we find out?
How can we ever know? How would the
wouldn't know.
girls even know? Because all the girls pretty much, we've had a lot of the contestants or any of the girls here on our show, and every one of them has had a complaint about the producers.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to bash the producers, but they could do it for ratings and, you know, make the show better. And the girls themselves would not even know, because when you're out there in the heat of the moment, but they could have an inkling. Danny was like, what? I have 6 minutes?
Yeah. Well, they did say that Flo and Jen were like within seconds of each other.
But that makes it a better show. Hello.
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. That's just a question that we have. You guys can let us know your thoughts.
Yeah. And then so after the competition, Jen knows that Flo is now, you know, HBIC. Did I get the right letters there? Head, bitch, in charge. Yes, I did. Okay. HBIC. And so she goes just like woman to woman. I'm going to talk to Flo. Give me a lifeline. And which, I mean, is ballsy, but she played on Flo's competitive nature, which was super smart.
Super smart.
That's one smart stripper there, all right? So,
That's a small stripper.
I mean, do you think that was a good strategy?
Oh, of course, because it worked like a charm. And how could it not? I mean, unless you're someone like Natalie, because you would be like, bitch, no.
No, who cares? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could just be mean like that, and that's why we love her for it. But, yeah, Jen said she got me to get rid of her competition. Now she's going to get rid of me, so Jen knew what was coming.
Yeah.
I think it was really smart of her to go to Flo and ask her, did I like it? No, because I thought it was just, like, annoying, and it was begging.
And the twins had a huge problem with that.
Yeah. I mean, Jen herself said, before she even went to the twins, she said in her confessional, she goes, I'm not putting up a fight, which equals to all the viewers out there, I'm going to beg. Like, not putting up a fight equals begging. And she said to Flo, she's like, me and you deserve it. Why? Why do you deserve to be the baddest bitch? Because you have a brother that's in the system, and
That's precisely why.
Flo has a kid. How does that make you deserve a title of baddest bitch? That makes you deserving of money, of course.
Yeah.
But this show is about being the baddest bitch.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And
you guys tell I have an issue with it?
No, but the thing is, I don't think it became. I think it slowly stopped becoming about being the baddest bitch.
I know.
To getting that money, you know, and like sob story wise, their stories stood out more so than like the twins. I want to get out of my parents' house. Natalie's, I just want some money. You know, those two stories are the ones that kind of pull at your heartstrings a little bit and make you be like, yeah, I want you to get your brother out of the system, you know?
Yes. And I even heard you and Jesse talking about on the show that, again, Ray J brought them all together. I think he even brought them, like, outside to ask them, why do you deserve this money? The producers and Ray J turned it into what it became, I think.
Yeah.
Not just Flo. They did. They're like, why do you deserve this money? They should have been like, yeah, y'all bitches fight it out because show us who's the baddest one.
Exactly.
No, they turned it into, why do you need money? So, yeah, it's their fault, too.
Money talks.
I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's a charity show. It's who's the baddest HBIC.
Yes.
But whatever. So Jen says that Flo isn't bad if she puts her up. Jen said that. I know, I didn't get it either. I had to write it down. Jen's like, if Flo doesn't... If Flo puts me up, she isn't the baddest bitch because she's showing that she doesn't want to compete against you.
Exactly. Which, like, for me, like, we've already shown that this competition is not about morals and, like, honor. So it's kind of like, yes, let me get rid of my biggest competition. I don't care. I want the money. And the twins would have been easy pickings. Like, so, you know.
I know. The twins would have been easy pickings, and... I mean, they could help each other in the competition, and I'm so glad Flo finally said this because she is pretty much the first person to say this throughout the whole season, that, hello, they can help each other. Why have you not eliminated one of them a long time ago? And so Flo even says it. She goes, I'm a little afraid that the twins could help each other in the final challenge. I'd be afraid of that, too. Now we saw there was no way they could have helped each other. It just would not have worked. So it didn't matter at all. But... yeah, Flo finally pointed out that fact. And then typical Flo goes in after Jen comes to her and tells the twins, I don't want to help her. I don't want to do it. You know? Typical Flo, right?
Yeah. Just nonchalant, eating her pasta.
Yeah, her pasta.
It was a very healthy looking meal, by the way.
I was like, what is she eating? And I like really wanted to know. And then I like looked and I was like, okay, bow tie pasta.
Yes.
Got it. Boom. And then we get the same speech from the twins, like, you know, we deserve, we should be here. We're together, we're
It was
not
also too. It was like you'd be stupid. Like they used the word stupid. You'd be stupid not to put up Jen.
Yes, the
Like, do you want to
same
go
old.
through that really tight competition over again tomorrow?
Yeah, they're like, you won within seconds of each other. Would you really want to go through that? Same old speech.
Yeah.
But then Flo makes a very interesting comment. And she said, I'm going to make the decision based on who was loyal to me the whole time and kept their word to me. Basically, everything she didn't do.
Right.
Right? Right? All right? Every elimination, she's like promised something
Yep.
and then gone back on it.
It's the way. It's the. I mean, I still keep going back to why people get so upset when they get betrayed.
What do they expect?
It's the bad girl's
I mean,
house.
Natalie pointed it out. Amber's pointed it out. They're like, in a second, when it comes to the money, the girls would never.
You cannot take it so like. I know it's serious because it's money, but like, it's not.
Well,
that
not even
serious.
serious, but it's just like you can't trust these girls to be loyal or whatever, and that's fine. I mean, but they're bad girls. We wouldn't expect anything different.
Exactly.
Right? So we see the votes. Jen gets 2, and then 1 for Gabby.
Yes. Well, they're. Oh, the ones that we've seen. Okay.
Okay, so the voting on the screen, Jen gets 2 X's and 1 goes to Gabby. So Chevonne and I were talking. Clearly, Flo and Jen must have picked a twin to vote on because if
Yeah.
they each voted for one, it wouldn't.
So
It wouldn't have even been a tie.
so
It would
they
have just
either
been
like
Jen.
talked it over, or it was a game of. They had a 50-50 chance of choosing the right twin in order to get rid of that one.
But I don't think they even took the chance because then Jen could have gone home because if each twin had a vote, Jen still had 2 and she would go home. I think they talked it out for sure.
Well, during that conversation with the whole like lifeline thing, that's probably when it happened. Or maybe
And-
they passed a little note maybe
yeah, and
at
the
night. Jen.
because now they're BFF, right? And the producers couldn't have shown it because then we would have known who was going home.
Sure.
So Flo says, or Ray J says, who do you want to send home? Because she has to break the tie. And she's like, well, I wouldn't want to send anyone home. Bitch, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You got it exactly where you want it.
Who is she trying to like appease? Like, is she running for president? What did she be like? I don't want to send anybody home.
Some of it I think is genuine because,
Nah.
like,
Really? Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, I want to think it's genuine. Like Flo's super emotional about like
Yeah.
everything, and I feel like she is such a mom, and she does like these girls. And I feel like if Flo did have it her way, she would want to compete against. She would have wanted to compete against all 14, 16, however many
Yeah.
girls there were in the beginning. For the $100,000, right then and there, Flo would be like, "All right, let's just all battle it out once." So
Right.
I do kind of think that she.
But
didn't
my
want
thing
anyone
is
to
too
go.
also too like I think I don't believe her because I have an inkling of when Flo is not being authentic and when she is. Like there was a moment when she was looking after Judy when she was drunk at the club, getting her
Yeah.
in the car. That was true. Like she was genuinely like worried about Judy and trying to give her good advice.
Yeah.
But when she's over here saying, you know, I wouldn't send anybody home. Give her the choice, you would send all of them home.
Yeah. I would
Like,
take the money. and
Yeah,
run.
I mean, that's just how, I don't know, because she wants that money so bad. I feel like she's already shown that, like, morals go out the door, honor goes out the door.
Yeah.
It's for her kid. Mama Bear is looking for, looking out for her cub.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can always tell with her.
Yeah, I mean, it's an act, like the ankle thing's an act, and then she gets in a fight. So then when they announce who's going home, and Gabby stops everything, she's like, "Oh, you just made a deal with the devil," like going towards Jen, like attacking Jen. And then literally, guys, I was writing down in my notes, I wrote, "I am so underlined surprised that Danny didn't," and then right then, Danny follows her sister because
Yeah.
I thought that is what would have happened at any show that one of them got eliminated, the other one would follow.
Yeah, that's the trend.
And
of
you
their
thought
life.
it's because they're loyal. I mean, you
Yeah,
think
that's
they're-
what I thought.
Siobhan thinks it's
Sisterly
because
love? I don't know, maybe.
Siobhan thinks it's because they're loyal to each other. I just think that they know that they can't survive without one another. It isn't like, oh, you're my sister, I'm gonna do what's right and stick by you. In my opinion, I think it's, oh shit, I cannot survive without you. I'm
Well,
gonna
at the
go with
last
you.
competition, like I said, like you could see, who was it? Danny was sitting there like in the last competition, and she looked heartbroken. She
Yeah.
looked like her spirit was broken.
Yeah.
Her sister wasn't there anymore.
I get it. I'm a twin. I totally get it. So yeah, Danny rushes out the door behind her, and then I'm really surprised Gabby like made her stay, and she gave her the speech about mom and dad being proud. Yes, their mom and dad are proud. They're on the Bad Girls Club.
Right.
And she said, you know, you got to stick it out and do it for the money. I'm surprised she stayed. I'm super surprised. You knew it was going to happen. You're like,
Well, yeah, I was like, no way she'd walk away.
You said no way she's going to walk away for $100,000. I thought she wouldn't
silly.
a second because I thought she knew she's not going to win.
Oh, and then I was like, oh, that's a good point, because she's up against these two like formidable like competitors, and
Yeah.
I don't know, but I can give Gabby some props for that outfit looking
The
like
lavender
Sade.
dress? Oh, no. I thought I love the lavender dress.
It was like the sweetest taboo. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Is that what she's saying?
Sade.
Taboo?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love me some Sade.
Me too.
I was too young for Sade, but I kind of knew her songs.
We should have played that in the
We
beginning.
should have, but then they would have been confused, like why? They would have been like, why are they playing
girl, no.
Sade?
So props to her on
Yes.
the outfit. Yeah, so she stayed. I'm really surprised. And now Jen and Flo are BFF. But it's time for the competition, the final competition. So here we are at the end of the episode, and they have to battle it out. And so the first thing is going to be same old puzzle. I'm so annoyed with Bad Girls Club. I'm over the puzzle of the logo. These girls should know
Over
it. Burned into their brain
Right?
now.
They get tattoos of it on their skin. You know, they definitely should know it.
Yeah, so the first one is they have to do that. And they have to go up a huge mountain. So Chevonne and I were saying, this is in California, and the mountains here are no joke. That's hard.
I can't even do Runyon without like dying a little bit.
I can't even do 5 minutes of running without dying. Like, it's really hard. So this is where, like, Flo will do good and Jen. Twin, not so much.
Yeah.
And then so they all take off, and then it's like Ray J on the top of the mountain. Did you catch that scene?
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
No, he didn't even want to like run up there.
yeah,
He was like, bye girls. And he like went up in his little cart. He didn't even want to walk up the hill.
I wouldn't have either.
That's when you know you're a star. When you get a
golf
cart. Golf cart.
No, I'm talking about when they start running up the hill. He's already at the top of the mountain, looking like a lion, and he's got his thumbs like hooked in his belt buckle. And it's the first time of the entire season I was like, look at Ray J.
I love when guys do that, though.
Oh, he
Isn't that
totally is
sexy?
doing it. He looks so hot. This is like the first time I was like, oh God, yeah, thank you. And then they get to the first puzzle, and Flo starts freaking out.
Flo is not good with puzzles.
Dude, she's not good with puzzles. She even admitted it was 6 pieces. She's like, why can I not do this? But she's the only one that would freak out like that. Like Danny, any of the girls, I think, in the entire season, if they couldn't get the puzzle, I don't think they would freak out like that. She freaked out.
Very true. Like, God, I was so upset. I was like, no. Even Ray J was pulling for her. He was like, don't give up. Just calm down. You know, just get it together. And eventually she did.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
You can tell she's been like that her whole life. Like, if she couldn't get something, she like freaks out. Like, and then psychs herself out. But yeah, then she got it. And then she even said, she goes, the girls are 10 steps ahead of me. It seemed like it was way more than that, but maybe it wasn't, and they just stalled the editing. So she caught up pretty quick. So if there's one thing Flo can do, it's run up the mountain. Yeah. So she caught up. What's next? The key on the rope. So easy. Did you guys notice? It was
I don't understand.
It was the easiest.
Why that was there.
It was a key on a rope, and you had to windle it, like wind it down.
Basically, like time. It was just like
Time.
Take your time, and then there was no like
Rhyme, reason.
right. No,
hard.
there was no strength needed. There was no mental ability needed.
The rope wasn't even knotted. Like,
I know
nothing.
that would have been a good little twist.
If you had to like unknot it. And, oh, girl. And then we get to another. Are we at another puzzle yet? Because it was like 10,000 puzzles. Oh yeah, it's the puzzle, but this is where they turn into 3, right? Is this? When they turn into
because
3? It was between Flo and Danny at the puzzle, and I would much rather see Flo and Jen battle it out. So I was rooting for Flo at the puzzle. And Danny looked like she had it, but she had built her puzzle on the wrong stand.
Right, so she had to start over.
So she had to start over. I still thought she had it because Flo's bad at puzzles. I was like, oh no, another puzzle.
Can I just tell you though, that puzzle looked really hard.
That one was hard.
And I bet you like all all these like people who are like Mensa, if they're even watching this show. I don't know.
Probably not.
They're just like, oh, I know exactly where that goes. Right there, right there, right there, right there. Come on, you idiots. You know, like it looked really hard.
Girl, I wouldn't have even been able to do the 6 puzzle.
Yeah, me neither.
Those
Because
are
we talked about
hard.
that, like as kids. Like, did any of you guys out there have that? Like those little like 9-piece puzzle. Well, it was 8 pieces, I guess, and like you had to move it around, and it was
Hard.
very upsetting.
I didn't freak out.
Never
like,
beat one.
Right?
What?
I didn't freak out like Flo did, but I could not do it. So we're not hating on you, Flo. And then so Flo gets it, and Danny like breaks down in tears immediately, which I was surprised. And Ray J like comes over and comforts her when she didn't win the puzzle thing.
Yep, to be so close yet so far.
So Ray J told her, he goes, "You made the final 3. It's a great accomplishment." It's like
Pat on the back.
it would, and I don't mean to be mean, but it would be a good accomplishment if she had won any challenge thus far.
Yeah.
He's like, "You made the final 3. That's great." And she's probably thinking in her head, "No, it's not, because I didn't win anything the entire time."
Womp, womp.
Another womp womp. And then they get to the sandbox, or should we say the
Troughs, which is so degrading. Why
Okay.
can't they call them a sandbox? What, are they pigs?
It is a sandbox.
That
Plain
was a
and
sandbox,
simple.
yes.
And a trough is like for a pig or a horse. And he didn't say it once, like by mistake.
Yeah.
He said it like 4 times.
That was his script. Trough.
As if anything couldn't be worse than them wrestling with the pigs and trying to get like the necklaces off the grease pigs. They have to dig in troughs.
Yeah.
One last move for the producers to like demean the girls.
Right. And their arms are tired too. They were doing all this like running uphill and
Jenny even said, she's like, "I can't feel my hands," and I totally know I can see what she's saying. You like can't feel your hands. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
And when we saw the trunk, we were like, "Oh my God, it was this big, this big, in a trough the size of the table."
How deep could it have been? It couldn't have been that deep.
No, it looked really deep.
Like, because it wasn't a big chest, but
But
was
the chest was
thick.
high.
Yeah,
It was high.
So like,
and it was way under. Girl, that was a big trough. And then Ray J's like, "Come on, you knew it wouldn't be easy. It's the finale."
And then at the same time, Flo and I both said to Ray J, "Shut up!"
Right? Yeah, you guys like, "Shut up, Ray J."
I was like, that would annoy the hell out of me if I was doing that.
That's why we love Flo.
Yep.
She was like, "Shut up." And then we see who the winner is. But more important than that, we see Flo's meltdown.
Oh, walking down the hill. You notice how the cameraman was really far away because they didn't want to get
They were
anywhere
far
near that.
away. You like couldn't see her mouth moving. It was just like voiceover almost. Not that it wasn't happening, but yeah, he was like, "I am sticking back here," because she would have like turned around and hit the camera.
And then you see Danny come up and
Oh yeah, she came like out of nowhere.
yeah, to like and jumped on Jen to celebrate, and I was like, were y'all cool like that?
Well, she would rather her win than Flo, I guess, because Flo kind of sent her sister home.
Yeah.
But we all knew Jen was going to win, didn't we? Now we can finally announce that everyone knew the whole time.
because one outcasted from this season, bad girl, let the cat out of the bag.
Here's the thing. I had the other host keep it a secret from me. Or actually, I don't know. Did you know?
No, I
mean,
knew, but we were trying not to let you know because we wanted you to have the
I don't
experience. And then someone, I don't know how it happened, but I think somebody said something, and then
I think it was like Amber. Something. I don't even know.
yeah. Somebody said something, and it was like, I was like, no.
Yeah, but so people kind of knew who was going to win, and they show her in her crowning glory with the sunset behind her and like the mist, and she's like, I've waited for this moment, and I've imagined this moment with her Kmart tiara on. It's like Bad Girls Championship, and she's like, I've been imagining this in my head, and then they bring her a sash. Oh, girl, I can't.
Let's leave right now. Let's just leave right now. I can't. Just get up. Just get up.
Sash. They gave her a sash, and then they gave her the $100,000 check.
And her name wasn't even on it. It said to the baddest bad girl.
I noticed that, but I didn't even notice that.
I mean, I guess I didn't know who was going to win.
Whatever,
but
Survivor puts their name on it.
Yeah. Why couldn't they just get a little marker, a little Sharpie, and just write it in there?
Because they're probably not going to get that much money.
Does anybody actually take that big ass check into the bank and they're just like, here we go. Here's my check.
always wondered
What
that.
can you do for me?
How would you like that? Yeah, so she won, and she gets the huge check, but we're more interested in Flo. Flo's like freaking out, like totally freaking out. She called it a waste of her time. She's like, this was a waste of my precious time.
Yeah, away from her kid.
Yeah. I guess she's right. I don't know. Yeah, because but what was it, like a week?
No, it had to been like, I think it was like 3 weeks, 4 weks maybe. Yeah, but but regardless of it, it's still time away from your kid. And I think maybe his son, right?
I know it's a daughter. It's a girl.
Daughter. Yeah, the daughter is, I don't know, couldn't be that old. Gotta be like maybe 5 or 4 maybe.
Yeah,
actually.
I mean, of course, it's the kid thing, and then it's like, yeah, of course. What else are you gonna say? It was a waste of my time. That's
Right.
like the best thing you could say. Total waste of my time.
And then just to like add like insult to injury, like Ray J, like well, Flo's freaking out. Ray J's just like, we gotta make it rain, and he just threw this money up in the air, and I'm like, fake. And I would know because in my commercial, I was throwing that up like that, so I knew fake money when I saw it.
Yeah, Chevonne is in the Virgin America commercial. I think I've seen it on a commercial for Bad Girls. Like, it's on every channel ever. I see it all the time. And Chevonne's in this big tub of money with all these $100 bills. But the thing is, I didn't know they were fake. I mean, of course, I shouldn't have known. But she could spot a fake.
Yes,
fake
and that
100.
was fake. I was like, there's no way in hell on the top of that mountain they're going to just throw it at the hills of Hollywood, letting the air just blow that money down to like all the poor people down there, all the struggling actors who need the money. There's no way. It was so fake, but it was a cute little gesture.
Yeah.
I guess.
So are you glad Jen won?
I am. I actually want to know what the viewers think. Like, who do you think deserved the money more? Do you think it was Jen, or do you think it was Flo? Maybe one of the girls who got sent home. I mean, tweet at us. Call in. I don't know if we have time to call in.
Yeah, well, we have 2 reunion shows coming up. At least 2, because I know next week is part 1, so it's at least 2. I doubt it'll be 3. But yeah, I mean, we want to know if you guys think Jen should have won. I'm going to say totally flat out, no, not at all. I think Flo should have won, and I don't think it has anything to do with her daughter. I think it's because she is bad. So I totally think she would have won. That's my opinion. Jen said at the end of the show, she goes, getting Flo to save me yesterday proves I'm the baddest girl. So
She tricked her.
That was it.
Like Flo
Totally it.
tricked her, she tricked Flo right back. Yep.
I don't know what Jesse would think. I don't know what Jesse
I don't know.
would think.
So, I don't know. Are we going to do predictions?
Yeah,
Or
let's do predictions for reunion.
Let's do it.
And now,
The
your
UFO.
AfterBuzz TV
In the AfterBuzz studio.
predictions.
Oh, I never noticed the lights.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's cool. That's funky.
Totally
All
never
right.
noticed that.
So, what do you think?
Has it always done that? The lights?
I think so.
Predictions.
Yes, we got it. All right. We got it.
So the reunion. So one thing we do know, and we've said it before on the show, is that they didn't. This was filmed so long ago. If they had let the girls watch all these episodes, I mean, even up to like the last 3, even, they would have had so much more to fight about than they did. And so Natalie said it, Amber said it. There were definitely fights, but if they had seen what they saw now on these episodes, it would have been a whole different ballgame. But what we do know is Julie's going to punch everyone, she says.
Julie's going to punch everyone, and Megan said something about, I'm going to fulfill my promise, and I'm going to kick your ass at the reunion. Who is she referring to?
I don't know who she's referring to, but I think maybe Natalie? But that's just a shot in the dark because everyone wants to do that tonight.
Yeah.
If we went back and watched the show, we would remember who she had beef with, but I don't because she was gone so early.
She's the first episode. All we gotta do is watch the first episode and we can figure it
I wanted
out.
her to stay longer.
Yeah.
But here's the thing with Megan. Girl will not disappoint when it comes to reunion. Remember last time she came with her Chucks on?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And she did not disappoint.
I don't know. I guess we're gonna have to wait a whole other week to see what happens.
No, I'm excited to see her. And then Judy's crying, no big surprise. And then Natalie has her security guards with her, which is
Who gets slapped? One of them gets slapped,
Oh,
apparently.
I didn't see that. Oh my God.
Yes.
And then there's a huge secret that's announced. Jen's pregnant.
Yeah, we already did. We already did it. Sorry, Oxygen.
Yeah. So next week, Our boo Jessie will be back.
Same time, same day, same channel, same host, with the addition of Jessie.
Yeah, our boo
Yes.
Jessie. So they can follow you.
At Chevonne_Hughes.
And I'm Steph Bauer TV. Jessie is DJ Jessie J. And you guys don't forget to comment, like, rate, and watch us on iTunes and listen to us on iTunes because that's where we really need your support. And go by AfterBuddies on iTunes, or Serial Buddies.
Serial Buddies, yes.
The creators of AfterBuzz TV, Maria and Kevin, made this great movie, Serial Buddies. It's hilarious. And if you want to support us, support them by buying the movie, and then, you know, always tune in to watch us.
Right. Christopher Lloyd's in it. How cool is that?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
The guy from Back to the Future.
Doesn't get better
That's
than
crazy.
that. So thanks, guys, for watching, and we will see you next week.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later, bitches!
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.